So for now about 6 months in, I've owned and operated an Airbnb right here in Santa Barbara. I've helped other clients and investors also manage and set up Airbnbs, and I want to give you the ins, the outs, the do's, the don'ts of proper Airbnb management. So without further ado, let's get into the video, guys. What's going on, everybody? Thanks so much for coming back to the channel and watching this video. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Avi. I'm a local realtor and real estate investor right here in beautiful Santa Barbara, and I wanted to really make this video to educate those of you who might have interest in Airbnb or might already own a property and want to convert it into an Airbnb. I want to give you some great pointers and some heads up of what you might expect and what some good learnings to have from someone who's been running an Airbnb now. Just for context, my Airbnb is a one-bedroom condo. It's downtown in a great walking distance location, so my property might not be the same as your property. But here's what I've learned so far. The number one most important thing is all about marketing and setup. You want to make sure you have great staging, interior design. I hired professionals to help with mine who really give it that kind of local feel. I have artwork of, Santa Barbara art and kind of that ocean vibey feel, because people, when they come here, they're coming from out of town. They're looking to really get that local kind of Santa Barbara experience. And no matter whether you have like a log cabin or maybe a place on the beach, it's really important to set up with designers or do your design yourself to make sure that you have kind of the mold to fit the area of whatever your vibe is. It's really important that you have the right plates, a coffee maker, a hair dryer. You want to work with someone who's a professional, who's maybe done it before, or really make sure you have all the items to set up your Airbnb. Once you have those, it's super, super important to do professional photos. Do not skimp on the photos. Please, for the love of God, do not do iPhone photos. This is what everyone's going to be looking at and comparing at. They're going to be looking at your photos versus your neighbor's photos if your neighbor's on Airbnb. So it's really important to hire a professional photographer. That's not just maybe a portrait photographer, but someone that really actually knows how to shoot real estate. Me and my team, we have a great real estate photographer, and if you work with a great realtor in another area, they probably have a photographer that actually knows how to shoot real estate photos, how to do wide angles, how to maximize light exposure. That's what people are going to really review first when they're looking at your Airbnb. Okay, once you have the Airbnb set up, it's looking pretty, it's got some great photos. What's super important before you start renting it out is to have a fantastic cleaner. Your cleaner is going to be your eyes and ears on the property, and there's two routes to go. You either get the great cleaner or you get a great property management company. Property management company on average will charge between, I'd say, 20 and 25%. There's some who might do it for less. But it's important to have a great management company if you're not living there, or if you're not going to have your cleaner be the eyes on the ground. But if you want to manage it yourself, which means you're not going to have to pay the additional 20 to 25%, you're going to want a cleaner that's there to check in on everything, see when things break, see when you need to re-up on soaps or plastic bags or this, that, and the other, because obviously your materials will dwindle as you rent it out and get it booked. And either those cleaners will be the ones replacing it or you will, but you need to be in constant communication to make sure that the cleaners know what's going on, make sure that you know what's going on. In my 6 months renting the property, I've only had one kind of issue. It's not a really major, a party style condo. It's small, but one group of renters used it. They got a bunch of tar on it from the beaches here in Santa Barbara, and it was an expensive clean, and my cleaner let me know. She got some specific cleaning materials to get it off the towels and whatnot, but if you're not going to be there to check in on it, you need a great cleaner or property management company, because the truth is sometimes a little bathtub spout will break, sometimes a leak will happen in the sprinkler system. There's stuff that happens, and you want to have someone that's got eyes on the property to see it. And obviously, if the people staying there have something break, you need to have a great handyman / plumber on site ready to go, and because that's going to happen inevitably. And when people are there, for a long-term stay, you got to be the one to deal with it. Just the other week, I had the bathtub spout break, and I went and tried to fix it myself. I couldn't get it done. I got my plumber in, and that's really going to be important on making sure you retain a 5-star review from all your guests, is making sure that you fix problems quick and you address them quick, and also that the property is super clean. Okay, let's touch about 5-star reviews and how important they are. Once you're gaining traction and booking consistently, you want to make sure that you're responding to all your guests in a very timely manner. Response rate is very important when Airbnb goes into selecting who they choose to be a superhost. When you're a superhost, you rise to the top of all of the listings, you can charge more, you're verified by Airbnb, and they do a quarterly review for all their hosts to make sure and see who's a right fit to be a superhost. It's always good to check in with the guests right when they move in there and say, or enter into the property and say, hey, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Here's a list of local recommendations. That's what I send them, a list of my favorite restaurants, coffee shops, parks, and then just stay in touch with them throughout the stay, because that's really going to ensure the 5-star review experience, which I cannot stress how important that is if you want to be able to make top dollar and get your place booked out all the time. Response rate's really important. Making sure that it's a clean check-in when they select it. They're going to be rating you on cleanliness, on the experience of the stay, but that's one thing that people don't know is super important. You have to respond quick, so a tip for that is to turn on the notifications, turn on email notifications, so you'll see when one of your guests is asking you questions or trying to get something done, so you can respond timely. A little extra pro tip that I'll add in as well is if you really want to go above and beyond, you can make a cool interactive video for the property, post it to YouTube, and then have that link to the Airbnb in the description. That's what I did. That costs a little bit extra working with a good videographer, but it's kind of a one and done thing. You do it once and you let it run. You title it Best Airbnb in blank your market or wherever you're at, and that's a way to drive additional traffic. People can look at it. It's kind of a way to get additional exposure. And for me, a realtor, some people reach out to me and they want me to help them with their Airbnb. And that's what I wanted to touch on last, is that no matter whether you live in Santa Barbara or you live all across the nation, I'm part of a networking group of incredible agents that can help you locate and find a great Airbnb. I have contacts in Hawaii, I have contacts in mountain ski towns, and if you've had any thoughts of doing the Airbnb play, I would love to chat. You can schedule me below in the description or just call or text anytime. And the great thing I love about an Airbnb is it's going to bring you passive income. It's something that you can use, or you can let friends, family, and other people in your circle use when it's not booked. And it's just an incredible way to build passive long-term wealth, because the real estate asset's going to appreciate when you go to sell it. You can use the Airbnb history as part of the selling point to net top dollar. Airbnb is an incredible tool. I only see it getting more and more popular. When I travel, I prefer an Airbnb versus a hotel. I'd love to hear how you guys travel. Please let me know in the comments. But I hope this video brought you some insight, some clarity, maybe answered some questions about the Airbnb game. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions at all about real estate investing, buying or selling, I'm here to help in Santa Barbara and beyond. And until our next video, hope you make it a great day. See ya.